Taxes in the US are about to go up to almost 60%. President Biden just released his financial plan for 2025, and the changes he's making are going to raise taxes to the highest they have ever been in America's history. As of right now, long-term capital gains, meaning gains on assets that are held over for a year, are taxed at a rate of up to 20% on the federal level. However, President Biden has just proposed a drastic change to this. The budget has proposed two major changes to how capital gains are taxed in the US. The first change increases the maximum tax rate on capital gains. So where in the past, the people in the highest earning tax bracket would have to pay 20% in federal taxes, they will now have to pay almost double at 39.6%. And then there's a second, less obvious change, which relates to the net investment income tax. The net investment income tax is a form of tax applicable to assets such as stocks, bonds, and mutual funds. Currently, this tax is charged at a rate of 3.8%. However, the new proposal would increase that rate to 5%, meaning that combined together, the maximum tax rate on capital gains could be increased to a staggering 44.6%. For ultra high net worth individuals, these taxes are even worse. For example, there is also a proposal for an all-new tax category called the minimum billionaires tax, which would hit families worth over $100 million at a tax rate of 25%. And crypto investors aren't safe either from these changes. In the past, you could use your crypto losses to offset your tax liabilities. This proposal aims to eliminate such loopholes by making crypto much more tax expensive. This is actually part of a larger trend in which the government is trying to shut down crypto entirely. I've already made a video on this topic, so make sure to check that out. But now it should be obvious that these changes are only going to make the already aggressive American tax system even harder to live through. Take the capital gains increase for example. Not only is a rate of 44.6% incredibly high on its own, but when paired with state taxes, this now means that in several states, people have to give the government more than half of their money. This includes places like New Jersey, Oregon, Minnesota, and of course, New York, all of which will have tax rates exceeding 50% when these changes take place. The worst of the bunch is actually California, where capital gains tax would reach a shocking 59%. So what do you get in return for paying the government more than half of your hard-earned income? A historic increase in violent crime and homelessness, combined with the worst cost of living crisis ever experienced in the West. Less than 5 years ago, America experienced the most dangerous year in the past decade, with murders alone surging by 30%. And this is not just limited to the US. Instead, it's part of a larger trend within the West, where countries like the US, UK and Canada are continuing to take away more of your money, whilst at the same time giving you a third world quality of life. Take the UK for example, which is changing a 200-year-old law just so that it can tax foreign income of those residents who aren't even permanently living in the UK. Back when this rule was announced, I actually made a video on the subject explaining how this tax change is only the first of many that we will see across the world. And what do you know? It's less than 3 months after the UK's announcement, Biden has announced America's plan to increase its taxes too. Canada has done the same thing, increasing their capital gains tax rates while offering an awful standard of living and a non-existent healthcare system. You've probably seen tons of influencers telling you to move abroad to escape taxes, but that's not really the solution. You see, US citizens are taxed globally, so no matter where you go, you're going to have to pay taxes to the IRS. The only option for you is to get a second citizenship from a tax-free country and renounce your US citizenship. For as little as $100,000 US, and in just 6 months, you can get a second citizenship from countries located in the Caribbean such as Antigua and Barbuda, Grenada, Dominica and St. Lucia. These countries charge 0 personal income tax, 0 capital gains tax and 0 personal wealth tax, in addition to excellent international mobility. And best of all, the entire process of getting citizenship in these countries is completely remote. It is important to act fast since these opportunities are not going to be here forever. Starting June the 30th of this year, these countries have announced that they're going to double their prices. You can check out my latest video on the recent EU announcements about the future of second citizenships and residencies to learn more. So if you're an entrepreneur or a business owner who doesn't want to give away half of their wealth to the government, I would highly suggest that you look into not only getting a second citizenship, but also relocating your business overseas to tax-friendly places such as Dubai or even Malta if you want to be closer to Europe. To find out which residency or citizenship might be the right option for you, book a free consultation call with me using the link below. My firm has helped hundreds of people from all over the world legally minimize their taxes and protect their wealth. Learn more by visiting our website in the description below and check out some of my other videos on the channel.